Here is your test problem to find quadratic equation from the given roots. The question is, determine the equation of a parabola with x-intercepts at -5 plus minus square root 21 over 4. I'd like you to pause the video, solve the question, and then look into my suggestions. I'm sure you have come across similar problem in one of my videos. Now here is my suggestion. We can always find equation of a parabola given x-intercepts by using the formula x minus x1 times x minus x2 with a as a factor. That's the family in intercept form, and then we can write f of x equals to a times this. Now, but in this particular case, I will appreciate if you use the modified method which I have taught you in one of my videos. And I have found that very interesting, and the students who have really gone through it have appreciated it a lot. And probably that is the best way of solving such questions. Now, the method is really, let me repeat it here. Let's analyze the quadratic formula first. From the quadratic formula, you get roots like this. X equals to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. And what we are given is an x-intercept, which basically is the root, right? So this value is same as what we have evaluated. So if you could correspond numbers to variables, you can actually get the equation in the form of y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. Do you see that? Now a is the coefficient of x square, which is the term here in 4ac and in 2a. So that means 2a is 4, and you can get a directly. Do you see that? Plus bx. Now bx is minus b right there. So you can read from here. B is 5. We are left with c, which you can find from b square minus 4ac. It is so simple as that. So you can actually read your values directly from the roots. There cannot be a better method than this, right? So I hope you really appreciate it, and now let's solve it using this method. Now if you compare with your roots and the equation, you can write down what a is. A should be equals to 2a, right, in the denominator. So let me write 2a equals to denominator of 4, right? And that gives you a value. A is 4 divided by 2 equals to 2. Now as far as b is concerned, in the formula we have minus b, and we know minus b is equals to the term minus 5. Do you see that? Minus 5, and that implies that b is equals to plus 5. Now to find c, we have to do some hard work. That is the hardest work you are required to do in this particular question to solve, right? So we have b square minus 4ac as 21. So let's write down b square minus 4ac equals to 21. And now we know what a and b are. So we can plug in those values here and find c, the only unknown. Do you see that? So we have 5 square minus 4 times a is 2. And we need to find c equals to 21. So 5 square is 25. So 25 minus 8c equals to 21. So from here, 8c equals to 21 minus 25, that is 4, minus 4, right? And this is minus c. So c is actually equals to minus 4 divided by minus 8, and that gives us a value of half. Now once we have all these values, we can substitute these values in the equation and get our answer. So the answer is y equals to a is 2, so 2x square, b is 5, plus 5x, plus c, which is half. Do you see that? So that is how we can find solution of such problems, correct? So let's go through the steps once again. In the square root, it was 21, and therefore we equated 21 to b square minus 4ac. Now since we know b is 5, a is 2, we plugged in those values, and solve for c. 5 squared 25, 2 times 8, and rearranging the terms, 21 minus 25 minus 4 divided by minus 8 gives us c equals to half, and just plug in those values and get your equation. It is so simple as that. Now, one of my students asked me a question. I had given similar kind of thing, and for you that problem is, now since I've solved this, right? So let's say that x-intercepts are, I'm just changing some values, right? 3 plus minus 2 square root of, let us say, 3 divided by, I'm keeping an even number here so that you don't land up in fractions, and let that be just a simple number 2, right? Now find equation of parabola in standard form using this. Now some students may land up into a bit of problem since they don't understand what is 2 square root 3, and let me elaborate on that. So this is, I should say, question 2, which is related, and here's the hint. The hint is 2 square root 3 actually is equals to, you can take 2 inside, becomes 4, right? So it becomes square root of 4 times 3, which is really square root of 12. So 2 square root 3 should be treated as square root of 12. So you can equate b square minus 4ac as square root of 12 and then solve the question. I hope that helps, right? But surely try this out. Thank you and all the best.